Checks it first time that you're actually used to the start of live action. What level of curiosity with how since are Darius and Donovan?
I mean, if you go off of history and Toronto's makeup, they're going to make it extremely difficult. They have a bunch of great individual defenders, and systematically they do a great job of making you play in a crowd, using their length, their athleticism, their speed to make things difficult for you. So, as much space as we can provide those guys, the better. Obviously, the more we can kind of use that aggressiveness against them. I think that's what this game is going to come down to: is can we play through their physicality, take care of the basketball, and create the looks that we want to create.
Is there something valuable to seeing this type of defensive team right up front?
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity again to just see where you are. These early season games, these are the early rounds of the prize fight, right? This is the jab, counter part of the season. And again, for us and a lot of teams, you go into the season and you've got a plan in place. Unfortunately, because of injuries and stuff like that, we didn't get a chance to see all of that stuff in the preseason. So this gives us an opportunity to test where we are, get a real gauge of how things fit, how guys work together, things we need to change, tweak a little bit. But again, focus on our foundation to give ourselves an opportunity with the level of competition and level of selflessness that we play with.
Chris Fiedler, Cleveland.com, KJB.
What's up, Chris?
Donovan has talked, and Darius has talked about just the comfort level that they feel with each other. We haven't seen them in a regular season game yet, but what are you doing behind the scenes to make sure that pairing works?
I mean, it's no change for us, to be honest with you, Chris, right? Like, we pride ourselves as a group in creating a type of environment where everybody can be the best version of themselves. So that's no different when you add, a guy like Donovan to the group. We don't go out and change based on the individual. What we try to do is make sure all 15 or 17, depending on, the two-way guys included in that, feel the same way about being in Cleveland. We try to foster an experience where people want to stay and people want to come. So that's no different, when you add Donovan. Give Donovan and Darius just credit up front for the type of human beings that they are, because they want to make it work. There is no butting of heads. There is no ego grabbing for who's top dog. All they want to do is compete at a high level together and win as much as we possibly can. So because of their personalities, we haven't had to do a whole lot that's different to try to make it work.
And I know Kevin bumped his knee in the first preseason game. How's he feeling coming into the
game? He's doing good.
As for the athletic, Judy went off of that with Donovan. Obviously, you saw how he was through the preseason training camp. What are you most looking forward to seeing in that preseason game?
I think, when you watch a guy like Donovan and you go back and just see his numbers and, career stuff, how he always seems to rise to the occasion. So, when you have a guy that's that dynamic and has the ability to go to that place, it's always fun as a basketball fan to watch a guy go there and try to put him in those positions where he can be successful and where he can take those steps and lead the way for the group. So, I think it's going to be an entertaining ride for sure. When you add talent of that caliber, and I think that's the thing is like, how does he help carry this team in that direction?
Are you ready to name your starting?
Nope.
Back for us. Yeah, with as balanced as the league is this season and the East especially, how do you balance early in the season kind of that like feeling out process while also knowing the margin for error is so small? So yes, it's early, but it's also, these games can mean so much between a team, having home court in the first round, also being a play-in team 6 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, it's a matter of your foundation. It can't be all teams are going through the same thing, right? There's been changes, there's some fortunate teams who come back with the exact same group. They know exactly who they are. But even those teams are, making tweaks in order to keep up and get better. we talk about that foundation, which gives you an opportunity to win games as you go through it. We're not just throwing out things that we've never done before, ever tried before. Our guys have a real high level understanding of what we're trying to get done. It's just a matter of being realistic and being patient and understanding that this early in the season, mistakes are going to happen. But are you going out there and competing at the highest level that you possibly can? How do you fix that mistake? Are you compounding that mistake? Right? Like those are the signs of good teams. They're the ones that fix it quickly. And we believe that we have the type of players that have the ability to fix it quickly. And, we'll put ourselves in position. And then, at some point in time, the talent's going to take over. And again, we believe we have guys who can make plays when it counts.
Yeah, coach. I come from Spain, so my question is about the Rubio, if you allow me. Is there a more specific return date today? And on the other hand, what does the team miss the most without him?
There is no change in their return date. I can't give you a specific date. We'll do what's best by Ricky. When he's ready to go, he'll come out and play and make sure that it's a safe return for him. That's our only priority, is his health and him being able to be, who he is for the rest of his career. We don't want to do anything that puts him in any type of jeopardy. So when he's ready to go, he'll come out and go play for us. I think what we miss most about Ricky is his spirit. It's hard to put into words like what he means to our team, what guys feel like when they get the opportunity to play with him. Like he's got an uncanny ability, without saying a word, to lift the morale and confidence of a group. People just have a belief in him. Again, I can't tell you, what it is. There's no equation or arithmetic to figure it out, but he just has a natural spirit about him where he makes people feel comfortable and he makes people, feel like they can beat and destroy any odds.
Thank you very much.
What is their obviously they have a pretty unique combination of size across the board. What is it like trying to go up against that and kind of navigate what is a pretty signature style in terms of size and speed and way
First of all, you give Nick a ton of credit, and Masai also for kind of establishing and identifying what they want to look like and how they play and play into their strength. I think Nick does a great job of that. He can manipulate the game in order to fit his roster and his group, the best way possible, and to get the guys to buy in to doing it. It gives them a ton of versatility, right? You get a lot of switching and those types of things, and what they really try to do is basically turn the game into an ISO game because they keep everything in front of them when it comes to pick and rolls and screening actions and those types of things. So what you do is you can't get caught up in it. Tonight is a night, we talk to the guys about it. It's like the style is going to win the fight, right? And if we play their game, there's a strong chance that they'll beat us. So we have to go out and play our game. We have to continue to move. We have to make them feel like they're going to chase us around the floor, and then the ball has to be hopping. They do, because of their length, size, athleticism, they do get into a lot of rotations. But if you do the job with the ball, no matter your speed, it's hard to keep up when that ball is popping. And there's a lot of dribbling, they can have a ton of success. So again, it'll be that counter match if we can play our style or if we end up playing theirs.
One last one, Chris.
JD, for a myriad of reasons, you guys were 20th in offensive efficiency last year. What do you think is realistic for the group when it comes to offensive efficiency this year?
If we're ticking, we're an above average offensive team for sure. You go back and look at, what happened last year, the shots that we created. And if you go and look at it, we created really good shots. I think we were in the top 10 in, expected field goal percentage of the, shots created. So, nothing has to change too much. Obviously, you add a guy like Donovan, to the punch, and you're going to give yourself a boost. It takes some of the, pressure off of Darius because after Ricky's injury last year, the majority of the ball handling load had to go through Darius. So it makes his job easier. It can make him more efficient as well. But again, we want to play the game selflessly. And we believe that, we have the offensive talent if it's a equal opportunity or take advantage of defensive mistakes, we can be successful in that end of the floor.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.